So what can I say? Would be an apocalyptic scenario if Tottenham got relegated from the Premier League to the Championship. The fan base is very proud. They are a prodigious team, a prestigious one with humongous history, hefty, lofty history. It's impossible to tolerate them to withstand to them into the championship. The fan base is massive. They are huge. They are enormous. They are humongous. They are abnormous. They're not minuscule. As for example, teams, emerging teams like clubs like Wrexham, they are not minuscule. They are not tiny. They are not minor. They are not import. They are the history of the Premier League. They achieved well last season, winning the Europa League. It was a sensational, outstanding, a better of a victory, of a win. I couldn't ruminate. I couldn't mull over the fact that the spectrum, the realm, the spectrum to see them into the championship. I admit that we knock on, notwithstanding the fact that I'm not a Tottenham supporter, Tottenham faithful. I don't know. They are the supports the teams, the players are forlorn, marooned, forsaken, abandoned, demoralized, devastated by the consortium, the board running them, were acting like shit. They are acting like shit. Their way of behaving, their way of acting is abhorrent, abominable, is scaremongering, startling, scary, scaremongering, spooky, and startling, as I said before. They transmit and convey fear, use complete utter fear. The way they run, prestige, imposing, intimidating side into a psychedelic shower of shit, a psychedelic shit show. There's just the management, the board is like a freak show. They are poor and silly, shoddy, bog standard idiots. Their idiocy developed, carried out, and pulled out by them is never ending, is everlasting, is infinite. It's like a maze. They don't see the light into the tunnel. It's difficult to accept that situation. I don't know. Notwithstanding, even though even if I'm not a Tottenham supporter, I suffer from them. I don't know. They better entirely encourage themselves to start winning. They have to entirely encourage themselves to win game after game, at least getting some viable results to stay up, to beat the job, to stay clear of the job, not to preserve, to safeguard the spot for the Premier League spot for next season. It won't be. It would be difficult to accept, as I said before, to take a demotion, a relegation of Tottenham. The team is tongue-tied and untied. Uh, they're in a maze, in a conundrum, a dilemma, in a quandary. Premier League without them would be like a big puzzle with a missing piece. It would be very sad, very scaremongering, as I said before, very intimidating, devastating. It's not a personal affair. It's not impersonal. It's not personal. It's just the fact that Tottenham belongs into the Premier League. They belong to the Premier League. Belong in the Premier League. Uh, Not seeing them playing the top tier, but withstanding them into the second division would be melodramatic, drastic, tragic. Uh, as I don't know, I'm extinguishing, quenching, depleting, deploying every single word I can add to this speech because I'm clueless. I'm without any brainwaves and any hints. Uh, uh, with regards to their opponents, Leeds are putting on display wondrous display, a wondrous, in, a wondrous brand of football, and a gargantuan, brilliant, luminous, bubbly display. Even if they get punished because they are not clinical enough, they don't amass enough points, but they're they don't, as I said before, they have the distinct chance to stay up because they are alive and kicking. As for West Ham, they've accrued, they've gained 14 points in all 8 games in 24 out of 24 points. That's really truly impressive. Um, the situation that, for example, they they are punching above their weight, they kicking above their weight. They are overachieving, overdoing, over submitting, overdoing, overperforming. Uh, as for Forest, with regard now it's all about Forest, Nottingham Forest. The result last draw tie against Manchester City in the crib of the Manchester club, the Sky Blue club, and then in the crib of Manchester City was scintillating. Was it was unbelievable, to use an statement, to use an euphemism. So I don't know what I can say more on that. But Tottenham are seriously risking their in a cul-de-sac. It's not they are not they don't have the bravado, the capabilities perhaps to and the nerve and or what it takes to combat for every single point, for each point at stake, for every point at stake, if turning, for example, draws into victories and loss into draws. They might not have the minerals the guile to prevail in this sort of marathon. I don't know. Completely left in the dark. I'm clueless. I'm not with any hints, any brain waves. So they are in a world of pain, a world of shit. There is a shit show, an horror show. And the management is made of clowns, court jesters. They are not valiant enough, nowhere near valiant, nowhere near capable. So it would be horrifying, terrifying to witness a relegation of Tottenham due to the size, because the club size is infinite, it's never ending, it's everlasting, it's endless. I don't know. The team is always this club is always an evergreen of the Premier League. They've not been outside of the top tier, top division since 1977, 1976 for almost 50 years. It's a the vision. Maybe I might be narrow-minded, closed-minded, and my vision might be too aristocratic, not based on meritocracy, but based on personal desire, personal, yes, motivation, but not based on meritocracy, what is just, what is fair. But I always admire, I always want, I always suspecate that big clubs, teams that conveys, transmit relevancy, as opposed to the ones that shows, expose, set out irrelevancy, stay to the top tier, and teams such as the likes of Wrexham stays down. But because Wrexham has built their own empire through money, through power, through, I don't know, through a very wealthy and rich ownership. So moving from Division 5 to Premier League in 4 years would be, from my perspective, a little bit embarrassing, an embarrassment. It won't be, yes, an embarrassment. But in addition to that, moreover, never mind, I might adjust that Wrexham, if they deserve to do that, it will be fine to have them in the Premier League. But if I have to prefer, if I have to walk in my shoes, not in the other's shoes, if I have to mind watch on my own patch, to care about my own patch, to take care of my own patch, and not the patch of everyone else, I prefer, I'd rather Tottenham stay in Premier League or Wrexham stay in the Championship. Uh, I don't know. This my way of thinking might be a little bit aristocratic, a little bit, a tad bit. I don't know. I'm not an hardcore fan of Tottenham. I'm not even a supporter of Tottenham faithful, but I defend. Uh, I want to safeguard to defend a prestigious team, uh, prestigious sides, the humongous, incredible, super oversized fan base. I don't want them to get demoted to the second tier. I don't know. I get exhausted, fatigued, cream cracked, knackered. I'd better terminate my video, recording this video before uploading that on social media, social channel, on YouTube and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm curious as before, but it would be an obscene, abhorrent, terrible, scaremongering scenario to have Tottenham relegated to the Championship. It's a very difficult situation to analyze, to examine, to analyze, to examine, to assess, to evaluate. The examination of the situation is a little bit harsh, with nitty witty and nilly willy. Tottenham, as cold as ice, Tottenham has to stay up. I don't know what I can add on this speech. In conclusion, I must say that I don't know. I don't know. I'm speechless. I'm left without no words left in the cold.